All right, good morning, traders. Today is May 13th, 2024. Thank you for being here. Happy belated Mother's Day to all our moms that are traders also. It's a belated Happy Mother's Day. I want to thank everybody for being here. Appreciate your you're giving me your attention. My SPY pivot this morning, 520.48. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five are in daily uptrends. SPY, QQQ, Diamond Dow, and IWM all made higher highs and higher lows, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. FNGU made an outside day. That's a higher high and a lower low, closing inside the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. SPY ends the day with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute downtrend. So we're looking for 10-minute uptrends where green erases red. GLD and SLV both still in uptrends, both made higher highs and higher lows, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. USO still in a downtrend, made an outside day, closing under the bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. USO still in a downtrend. Now UNG has started last week an uptrend. So UNG in an uptrend made an inside day, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in an uptrend, recently bounced up off the rising 50 SMA, closing near the 105.30 area. It's closed there on Friday as well. So we'll see what happens on Friday and on Thursday. All right, so let's go take a look at some charts. All right, so what do we want here? We want the first chart. All right, first chart, SPY. Okay, here's yesterday's price action. Is this red candle right here? Let me make sure I got that right. Yep, that would be Friday's price action. Got a higher low and a higher high, closing over the bullish trap. All right, and over the 17 EMA. You can see this is the all-time high anchored VWAP. We are above it, indicating money is coming into the market. I'm going to take my anchored VWAP and move it up to Friday's open. So let's take a 10-minute chart. Zoom out. Oh, we already have one on Fridays. I already got one on Friday's open. Okay, so you can see here's Friday's open way up here, and price action in the pre-market is well above it. Pivot today is 520.48. Let's go ahead and edit that. Kind of crank it up because that's going to be our pivot for today. Pre-morning price action, you can see that's the purple line. You can see price reaching the high. This would be the overnight highs of 522.27. So let's go ahead and push that up a little bit or push it down. Right about there. No, wait, that's wrong. That's wrong. 522.35. Right there. Okay. So here's our pivot. This is the overnight high. Here's our trend line. Right there. We'll see if we're going to get above it or over it. And there's SPY. I'm looking for green erases red entries for this morning. So there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ on the daily chart. QQQ, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. QQQ in an uptrend. SPY in an uptrend. Diamond Dow, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Diamond Dow in an uptrend. IWM. IWM, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. IWM in an uptrend, making higher lows and higher highs. Okay, let's take a look at FNGU. FNGU made an outside day, increasing volatility here with a higher low and a lower low and a higher high, closing inside the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. For Friday's price action, you can see we were in the overbought zone for about 10-20 minutes, and then we got tossed out, and we spent the rest of the day chopping around inside the buy zone, not the chop zone, just kind of chopping around inside the buy zone right there. All right, so let's take a look at T21, T21.23. Started out green, ended green, so just another shift up. Moved up, consolidate over to the right, move up higher, consolidate over to the right. It seems to be a pattern. Move up, consolidate over to the right, move up, consolidate over to the right. Move up again, consolidating over to the right. Notice we are well above this 200 SMA here on T21.23. This is the 15-minute chart, so that's the 15-minute 200 SMA. So nice looking move there for T21.23. Let's look at the 3-bar. Here we have a rising 200 on the 3-bar, and you can see price action is made a whole lot of space here between the 17 EMA, the rising 200 SMA, and the price action. So you can see it's kind of moving its way back up towards those prior highs. I would think that that's probably pretty close to the halfway point. Let's just see where we're sitting. Not quite yet. Got a little bit more room to move here, and then we'll be sitting on the midpoint. Not quite there yet. Looks like it's going to happen this week. Let's take a look at FNGU. All right, FNGU, a move up on the bigger picture and a move to the right. As far as Friday's price action, looked like we gapped up, filled the gap, and kind of chopped our way and just consolidated over to the right underneath VWAP. Didn't even put in any kind of, well, we put in a lower low from here, but we didn't put in a lower low from here. So just kind of staying consistent in this bull flag here. All right, so there's FNGU. Let's go back to our charts. We'll look at the energy sector. Let's start off with USO. USO's price action. Okay, USO has made lower highs and lower lows, putting it in a downtrend. All right, for yesterday's price action, increased volatility, got a higher high and a lower low, closing underneath a bearish trap, right on support there. Okay, underneath the bearish trap, underneath the 17 EMA. USO still in a downtrend. UNG, different story here. All right, it's good to see, finally. All right, so UNG, yesterday's price action, puts in a higher low and a lower high. So it's an inside day. See the big candle from the Thursday? This Friday's candles put in an inside day, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. USO in an uptrend because we took out this high right here and we made a higher high, and we took out this high. So UNG in an uptrend. Let's take a look at a few sectors. Take a look at SMH first. Now you can see SMH putting in a higher low and a higher high. So SMH is in an uptrend. Friday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. All right, semiconductors in an uptrend. And if we remember, these are our small caps and mid caps. This is a Russell 2000. Okay, putting in a higher low and a higher high. Got a higher low here and placed a higher high there. So IWM also in an uptrend. So we got small caps and semiconductors in an uptrend. Let's take a look at XLK. XLK putting in a higher low and a higher high. So we got technology also in an uptrend. All right, Friday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. So technology, semiconductors, small caps and mid caps in an uptrend. FNGU, all right, let's just revisit this real quick. Higher low, higher high. So this is the mega caps, the big caps, large caps right there. All right, they're in an uptrend as well. So we got small caps and mid caps in an uptrend. We got big caps in an uptrend. We got technology in an uptrend, SMH in an uptrend. Let's take a look at XLF. These are our financial sector, making a higher low, producing a higher high. Friday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. Financials in an uptrend. Everything's working for us. So is there any wonder SPY is near the all-time highs? Should be no surprise there, right? SPY right back at all-time highs. One more sector to look at is IYT. All right, IYT still in a downtrend right here. Got to take out this high to be in an uptrend. Although it has put in a a higher low right there, looking like an inverted head and shoulders. And we got a neckline right about here. Okay, we got a neckline. All right, so break that neckline, start closing full candles over it, and we'll have that inverse head and shoulders, and we'll start producing that right arm that should extend all the way back up to here, and we'll see how far it wants to go. All right, so this is the only one left, IYT. It's not in an uptrend yet, okay? It did put in a higher high. I guess you could call it an uptrend, all right? Because we have a high right here, and that high is 66.75. This high for Friday, 66.80. So I'm gonna revise that. IYT in an uptrend, making a new high and a higher low. All right, so IYT in an uptrend. So we got all three sectors, financials, transports, and semiconductors / technology, all in uptrends. Hey, good morning, Stefan and Lenny. Good morning. So we got everything's in an uptrend. It's no wonder we're closing in on the all-time highs again. All right, let's take a look at our economic data. Again, I said at the beginning of the week, last week, I said this is going to be a light week. The bulls have nothing to stop them except for the dollar index. So let's go take a look at the data for this week. All right, let's take a look over here. Go back to the economic calendar. All right, so not much happening today. All right, tomorrow we got NFIB, Small Business Optimism Index, 6 o'clock. PPI final demand, 8:30. All right, Wednesday, it's going to be the main event. CPI at 8:30 in the morning. Okay, that's the main event this week. CPI at 8:30. Retail sales at 8:30. Empire State Manufacturing Index also 8:30. Business inventories at 10. Housing Market Index at 10. And 10:30 every Wednesday, we get a petroleum report. Kashkari is going to speak, and then we get Treasury International Capital. For Thursday, housing permits, jobless claims, Philly Fed manufacturing, import-export prices, industrial production, and every Thursday at 10:30 we get a natural gas report. And you can see Friday's pretty light day. All right, so this is the main event is CPI on 8:30. And it's business as usual as the market rallies the securities back up to the highs just before CPI, hoping to get that, hoping to produce that higher high off the action from the Fed, resulting in possible sooner we're going to get a rate hike, a rate cut. Looking for that rate cut. That's what they're looking for. Yes, CPI good, market goes up. CPI bad, market goes down. Exactly. All right, so they're looking for something. They don't seem like they want to change anything. It's all a matter of when they want to do the rate cut. Okay, now the market would like the rate cut to come sooner. All right, and that would be the bulls would like the market rate to come sooner. So if CPI is low, in other words, inflation is on its way back down, they will probably use words that indicate that the rate cut may come sooner than expected. That's what we're looking for. If we get high inflation, they might use words like we're going to hold off and wait for the data to improve a little bit more. All right, they want to see it start to curve and roll over before they start announcing possible rate cuts. So we'll see what happens. CPI 8:30 Wednesday morning. That's going to be our main event this week. All right, for Max Payne, for all the options that expired today. All right, Max Payne is 520. We're well above that. I don't think we're looking back at it. Put to call ratio, we have over 1 2/3 put for every call. So in addition to that, got possible little short squeeze going on. All right, for the dollar index, all right, you can see here we are making, see right here, we made higher lows and higher lows. Here we made a higher high than this high here. Okay, from this low, higher low, we made a higher high. And then from this higher low, we made a higher high. And then we made a double top. We made a higher low here. And then we made a double top. And then we came back to visit this rising 50 SMA. Okay, so you can see right now, here's price action. So where did we close on Friday? Right about 105.30. You can see that little doji candle right there. And you can see right now, the dollar is dropping. Weak dollar makes our goods and services more attractive to foreign nations because the conversion rate from their currency to our currency becomes less expensive for them. So a weak dollar is good when it comes to foreign nations buying our goods and services. So this would be very good for the market to have the U.S. dollar index pull back. All right, but we are in an uptrend. So we want it to go down for the market to go up, but the reality is we're still in an uptrend. We just made a little double top up here. So we'll see what happens. Possible lower high right there. All right, so that's it right there. And let's take a look at the earnings. Not much on the earnings, I think. Petro Brazil is going to report tonight. It's about 15 billion right there. And then that's about it. That's not some familiar names, but nothing really market moving. Tuesday, Home Depot, $343 billion. They're going to report Tuesday. So that would be interesting there, especially for the home builders space. Alibaba's going to report 205 billion as well Tuesday morning. This is also Tuesday morning. Sony Corporation, they're going to report 92 billion. All right, they're going to report Tuesday morning as well. Wednesday, we got Toyota Motor, 301 billion. They're going to report. Cisco, almost 200 billion. They're going to report in the evening. Other than that, not too many notables there that are going to move the market. Walmart scheduled to report Thursday. That's 480, almost $500 billion right there. Applied Materials, 174 billion. John Deere, 113 billion. Okay, so This will be interesting, especially for the retail sector, is Walmart, 487 billion right there. For Friday, what do we got? Really nothing notable in market moving. For Monday, Mitsubishi's going to report if they can find their P&L, come up with a time. Sumitomo, they're going to report. Palo Alto, they're going to report at they're about 100 billion. They're going to report in the evening on Monday. All right, so as far as earnings go, big one's going to be Home Depot this week, right there, and Baba in the morning. And then we got Wednesday morning, we got CPI. Cisco's going to report in the evening. I don't blame them. I would not want to deal with the CPI in addition to earnings announcements. Thursday, Walmart, $500 billion there. Okay, so Tuesday and Thursday, 2 big days for the earnings as far as economic data. Wednesday is going to be CPI in the morning at 8:30 before the market opens. All right, traders, I'm going to take questions in the room. If there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and render the video. Pretty much think I covered everything. Just got back from the weekend, so we'll see what happens. I feel good. I feel like I covered everything. I want to thank everybody out there in YouTube land, Facebook land, Rumble land, everyone for subscribing and listening to my videos. I realized there was an echo on the recording in previous recordings, so I hope it's on the master one as well. I hope I've corrected that. I think I have to turn my volume off here on my keyboard, and I think that was probably causing it. I don't know. Well, we'll find out right after I start rendering this video anyways. All right, I apologize about that. I know y'all are counting on my analysis to start your week out, and you got that echo that was made it absolutely unusable. Unusable is all I can say. All right, so I'll see everybody about 9:15. All right, and we'll kick this market off.